Families are the cornerstone of our society, but today more than ever, they face incredible challenges. And with the pace of life accelerating and pressures mounting, the church plays a pivotal role in strengthening and rebuilding those essential bonds. Hey there, I'm James, and for the past 3 years, I've had the privilege of serving as a lead pastor. Before that, I spent 10 years in youth ministry, and over those years, I've witnessed a significant shift in family dynamics. It's becoming increasingly difficult for families to prioritize what truly matters. I think that as Christians, we all would say that we value time with our church family, and we deeply care about our own families. It could, that includes our spouse, our children, or maybe you're old enough to have grandchildren. But the role of the church, a role of the church, should be fostering relationships and providing support. And I don't think it's ever been more crucial. In today's fast-paced world, I think it's driven by ever-growing influence of technology. It feels like we're just being pulled in 1,000 different directions. This has, I think, led to significant struggles within the family. You think about like stress, anxiety, which then may develop into depression and parents, and inevitably that's going to affect our children. You could even look at the rising rates of divorce, substance abuse. I think that's very alarming. And historically, the church has been a beacon of hope and support for families. I firmly believe that it still remains true today. But what does that look like in our current context? With all of these challenges that we face in our own families, how can we engage with families that are overbooked, overstressed, and probably struggling? So let's dive deeper into 3 key areas where I think the church can make a significant impact in building stronger families. Number 1, church programs. Number 2, community outreach. And 3, the role of faith in the family unit. So first, church programs. I don't really like using the word program, but for the sake of this video and explanation, let's just talk about ministries that support families, and I think they're essential. Those programs can range from things like marriage counseling, premarital counseling, parenting workshops, to our normal things like youth ministry, small groups, children's ministry, but all designed specifically for different family members. For example, we could offer workshops that address common family challenges, such as managing screen time or technology, dealing with stress, and those types of things can equip parents with some practical tools to create healthier home environments. Our youth ministries, they can engage children and teens with age-appropriate Bible study, worship, fellowship with other children. It helps them grow in their faith while also giving them a sense of belonging and ownership of their faith. Additionally, you think about like small groups for men, women, depending on the size of your church and the opportunities. It could be couples, small groups for adults to connect, share their experiences, support one another in their faith journey. But ministries or programs, whatever word you want to use, those can provide spiritual guidance and practical support that families need to grow stronger in their relationships and in their walk with God. Second, community outreach. I think it can be a powerful way for your church to extend its impact beyond the walls of the building and into the broader community. Family events, those can be both fun and spiritually enriching, and they can be a cornerstone actually for your outreach. I know it has been for us in the 3 years that I've been a lead pastor. So, for example, you can organize family-friendly events such as picnics, game nights, holiday-themed gatherings, and those can create opportunities for families to bond and make memories together. And those events can include times of worship where families can actually sing together, pray together, hear a short message that speaks to their heart of the family life. And teaching moments can also be woven into all of those gatherings, and they can offer practical advice on parenting, marriage, maintaining a strong family unit. And then also social activities like campfires, pool parties. You could even do community service projects that allow families to engage with each other and that's in a like more relaxed, enjoyable setting. I think that those foster deeper connection with your church members when they're serving together, doing things that are fun together. But it also could be the wider community, because it could kind of be like a stepping stone to kind of get acclimated to the congregation, the people who are already committed and maybe members of the church. So they're not just fun, they serve as an opportunity for families to invite their friends, their neighbors, and it provides like a natural way to share their faith and introduce others to the church congregation. I want to give you 2 examples, maybe 3, actually, of something that we've done recently. We have a ministry in our town that collaborates with other churches, and it's basically called the Helpline. And one of the ministries that they offer is a summer lunch program for kids that don't have parents at home during the day, so they don't have a meal. And if they do have a meal, it's probably junk food because they aren't old enough to prepare their own meal. So the ministry here in town offers this summer lunch program, and they encourage like each group or each church to sign up 1 week during the summer to provide the meals and then serve the meals as well. So we did that. We signed up for it, and we have a great lady in our church. She's kind of like the mom overseeing this type of stuff, and she does great at it. So she kind of organized it, and then we asked people to come help. I don't think anybody had to provide any type of food because this lady took care of almost all of that. But I'll give you what kind of happened is that several families showed up almost every day, and a lot of them brought their children, and it was great to see those kids serving other kids. I think it gives a good foundation of just humbling themselves to say, I'm going to come here and I'm going to serve you a meal. And to be honest with you, a lot of the kids that we're serving, they're not in need. They come from homes that they have food and they have mom and dad at home, but they are able to be exposed to see something. Oh, there are kids who don't have a mom and dad at home, or they can't afford a meal. So it's a good opportunity that way. And we just had a great time serving those meals for the week. So that's kind of an outreach opportunity. Maybe look for food banks or other ministries in your area that you can get plugged into and invite the families to serve. Don't just invite the mom and dad. Say, hey, kids, come along too. You can be a part of this. You can hand out a bag. You can serve a cookie. You can give the drinks. You can hand out the papers and invites to our children's ministry. And then we also do things like campfires. We usually schedule them throughout the summer. We'll do one Friday a month for basically from Memorial Day to Labor Day. And those are honestly have become one of our favorite things to do. They're super chill. All we do is I show up like an hour early to start the fire. And then we have a large parking lot, and the kids bring their bikes, their rollerblades, the skates, scooters, all kinds of stuff, and they just have at it. They just got a huge parking lot to go have fun. We had some people build some ramps last time we were out, which is awesome. We have games like 9 square, throwing the football, frisbee golf, and then obviously s'mores and hot dogs to roast over the fire. Those have been awesome, and we actually got great attendance this past year that we did it the 3 times over this past summer. And people just start to get to know each other better. It's not tense. It's not awkward. It's just like, hey, we're just going to go hang out with friends for the night at church. And then another one, like I mentioned already, is a pool party. It's similar to the campfire because it's more of a social, but it's activity. You're actually doing something, and your kids are building friendships, and the parents maybe not in the pool as much, but it's a great opportunity to do that. So for you, maybe there's a pool nearby that you could rent, and that's actually what we did. We rented a pool for a couple hours and just invited, say, hey, it's a free event. You just show up. We provide the snacks. We'll bring drinks. You just bring the family and everything you need, towels and all that kind of stuff, and just come hang out. Those are great. I think they're actually a missing opportunity because families are looking for that. They're looking for opportunities for their kids to be excited about hanging out with other kids. They're excited about hanging out with other parents and kind of just getting to know each other better. But lastly, I think the role of faith in a family unit, I don't think it can be overstated. I think that faith provides a shared foundation of values and purpose, but I think those things are essential for weathering life's storms together. So I think when families are rooted in their faith, they are better equipped to face challenges with hope and resilience. I think that is what's missing in a lot of families today, is that they don't have hope and they don't have resilience, so they struggle every time a storm comes their way. So I think the church can support this by encouraging regular family worship times, providing resources for at-home Bible studies, and emphasizing the importance of praying within the family. I think if we foster that type of culture where faith is lived out daily within the home, the church helps families not only to survive, but to thrive. So those three areas, that your church programs, community outreach, and the role of faith within the family, are where the church can truly make a difference in the lives of families. I think if we invest in those areas, we can help them build stronger, more resilient families that are equipped to face the challenges that are being thrown at us, our families and our faith and our unity. I've seen countless examples in our community where the church's involvement has made a tangible difference. For example, we had a young couple who were searching for God and found their way to our worship service, and their children quickly made friends and connected with the Bible teachings that they could understand and enjoy. And as they continued attending, the parents also built meaningful friendships and grew closer to God. The mom decided to commit her life to Christ and was baptized, and the dad, he had already put his faith in Jesus, but it had kind of been on the back burner. But this all reignited his commitment. They ended up setting a date to be married. The dad ended up enrolling in schooling for ministry. Not that you have to go to school to be a part of ministry, but he felt like God was actually calling him to more at this point. Like maybe he should actually be teaching and preaching and that kind of stuff. So we're excited to see where that future holds for that family. Another example would be a family who just moved down into our town and they were looking for a place to worship, and family ministry was important to them. They appreciated the opportunities to join things like men's and women's groups, as well as the chance to worship together with their children. But their kids also had their own separate ministry time and allowed them to grow in their faith while still feeling connected as a family. So our goal has been to strengthen the family unit as a whole while offering both shared experiences and individual growth opportunities. So that's why we have like the men's, women's, and children's ministries all operating, but also having times together. I think that's great. And I guess some would question the role of religious institutions in supporting families, and they may even suggest that there are perhaps more modern avenues of support, while there may be alternative systems that could benefit the family. They lack the spiritual and communal aspects, I think, that are crucial to lasting change. I think the church provides something that nothing else can. You can't duplicate this into a secular system. It provides more than just a support system. It offers the family a community of believers who walk alongside them through life's challenges. It's completely different. So don't feel intimidated that, well, there's another community program and they offer some parenting classes and they offer kids events and that kind of stuff. That's fine. I appreciate that they put those things on, but it cannot replace the communal aspect of the church. So I think the church's role in rebuilding and supporting families, it's actually more vital than ever. So by engaging in those family ministries, fostering a sense of community and faith, we can help those families navigate the complexities of modern life. We can build stronger, more resilient homes. And it's not just the mission of the church. It's a mission for all of us who care about the strength and unity of the families. So, hey, if you found this video helpful, please share your thoughts in the comments below. Adios, my friends.